and gentlemen, boys and girls, goblins of all ages, welcome back to another edition of the greatest goddamn D&D stream on this world and the next. Yeah, welcome to Goblins Under the Stairs. You got Carlos Garcia, aka the nastiest Dookie, and all the land captain Rampu McNasty, and of course, I ain't here alone, baby, because I'm rocking with my Stormwreckers. I got Manchester Burmeister. I got the Force. Just along this epic adventure. Never need to get out of land here. I hit mid. What's that? Take it away.
Oh, thank you, Rampoon, Mr. McNasty, and welcome back to tonight's Goblins Under the Stairs. And we already got someone in here PCP and throwing us some bits in the chat. Appreciate it, dude. Welcome back, everyone. Happy to be back at it and getting our Spelljammer on. If you weren't with us the last time, our adventurers. Oh, Ian, what's up, dude? It's good to see you, man. From Jay Friendly's back in the day. Anyways, our adventurers were in Garadia still, chasing after these demon cultists of the abyss, these Grotz cultists, and following their trail to this warehouse in the docks district. Battle broke out, and the leader of the group there, before fleeing, summoned a Bulgura, a giant demonic-like ape creature, while one of the other cultists in the group here ran around with a torch, burning the building to the ground around you. Before the building could burn down, you guys saved the building owner, lad by the name of Seth, and you guys grabbed a ledger or a book out from the top of the office in the warehouse right before it burned down and escaped, and ran back to the docks where your ship was located to call it a night once and for all. Crick made you guys a nice meal. And Topula was a little bit worried about Garganel, who went out into Garadia with you all, but did not seem to come back with you all as well. As you decided to get some sleep...
Terrible friends.
My friends, that is what we call a whoopsies.
we got him drunk at the bar and left him.
In our defense, we plead oopsie daisies.
You Gargano like Home Alone.
That's true.
As you all decided to call it for a night, Manto first, getting some rest. A book that you guys found in the offices at the warehouse seemed to emanate this kind of eerie, ghastly, ethereal breath, voice speaking out, saying that you have meddled in affairs beyond reckoning and that the mirror will claim its due. And with that, sending a chill up Manto's spine and within the room, you still end up getting a nice full night's sleep, so everyone can take a long rest, and you wake up in the morning, a little rejuvenated, recovered from the events of yesterday. And yeah, and as we get the day started, everyone kind of start to move and stir about the vessel in here, still docked, of course, at Garadia. The distant hum of dock life has returned outside of your guys' portholes and all around you. And there's a bit of heaviness in the air, though, as you guys can smell the acrid scent of smoke that still lingers. You know, it's a bitter reminder of the inferno that tore through the slums the night before.
When I was resting and I heard, whatever voice emitted from the book, would I have recognized that to be Vashir, or am I able to potentially assume that if it's not Vashir, it was Grotz?
You can certainly make an Arcana check.
Hey. Come on, baby. Big money, no whammy.
Whammy.
No whammy.
No whammy, indeed. The voice that you heard emanating from it did not sound like the voice that you heard coming from Vashir, although he spoke to you very briefly, maybe a sentence or two total. However, it's not a voice that you seem to recognize whatsoever.
Beautiful. Yeah, I imagine I would then get up and proceed to go see where Seth is and locate him. Just be like, hope you slept all right.
I kind of find him still resting in one of these beds, a hammock across the way from you. I'm gonna just drag a couple of you guys in different rooms here, and as you kind of come into his room, he kind of pops up a little bit. Oh, hey there, Manto. Doing all right. How are you doing?
Boy, I needed that rest. Let me tell you, I was pooped after yesterday. Yeah, you doing psychologically? You doing all right?
I think I'm still like a little bit in shock. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do to, move forward from this. Everything I had was invested and put into that warehouse. It's just
Yep.
still, it's like it's surreal.
Yeah, I can only imagine. Well, let's we'll try and put that behind us, and let's see if can maybe make us like a nice breakfast or something here in the morning.
As you say that, you hear this sharp knock. Boom, boom, boom. Everyone, of course, hears this coming from the deck upstairs. Guys, you have a visitor. You guys hear Crux call down from up top.
Shit. Is it Garganale?
I think Crux would be able to recognize Garganale.
Well, maybe he was asking for us in specific. I don't know these things.
Valid.
Alright. I guess I'll,
Let's head up.
kick open my door. Open Crick's door to find him just staring back at me, ready to go. I'm just like
staring at the door.
I'm just like, yep, alright, good. We're par for the course. Come on, buddy. And I'll go get Rampu as well. Like, come on, topside.
I hear that we have a visitor, and I'm already up, and I have actually have Jake with me, and then we're gonna make our way up. I
Beautiful.
summoned him during the long rest.
Awesome. As you guys all, actually, you probably don't need to summon him, so you don't need to use that usage because he was already out, just in case you do need to summon him again throughout the day at some point.
Beautiful.
Yes, so as you guys all stir from your slumbers and make your way up to the top deck, that distant hum of the dock life ever present now, as you guys are out into the opened air, you can go ahead and move your tokens up. There's an opening here, and you can drag yourselves up to the top deck if you'd like. And as you guys make yourselves on up there, you guys see Crux and Warwick standing there with Gorak, the half-orc enforcer of Garadia. He stands there with his cybernetic arms crossed and looking at you guys, kind of clenching his fist a little bit, and his eyes glare at you as if he hasn't slept at all. As each one of you guys get up there, he says, "You lot got any idea what kind of mess you left behind last night?" His voice is pretty gravelly and thick, he's restraining a little bit, but you can tell he's exhausted, and he just says, half the damn docks that could have gone up. I mean, the dock workers, my people, busted their asses to stop that fire. Thank God, because they saved the district, but not before it cost us, supplies and buildings scorched, people hurt.
Sorry about your loss, my friend. But note, it could have been a lot worse. We're at least able to dispose of the enemies that started that fire to begin with.
In this time, I would have, as soon as I saw Gorak, I would be like, oh shit. And I would then proceed to run back down and be like, yeah, Seth, you're gonna want to get up here for this to maybe help us out.
Yep, certainly.
And then I'd run back up.
Comes following you immediately. Whatever you need, Manto. And Gorak responding to you, Rampu. And all of this just because some cultists wanted to have a little bonfire in the middle of the city?
I mean, to be fair, Look around. Do you see any of us being trained firefighters? Or have any tools to fight a freaking house fire with? That sure as hell don't. The best thing we could do is get people's attention. So, I apologize again for your loss. But as a crew, there was nothing we could have done. Other than, again, dispose of the people that did this. And we did so with a swift vengeance, if you ask me. Those motherfuckers suffered.
Yeah, the little bonfire was, quite frankly, the least of ours and I think Gradia's concerns. And then I'd kind of like point at Seth and be like, "You mind kind of backing us up here, Seth?"
Hey, Gorak, they did everything they possibly could, and by the time they could have just left me behind and tried to put out the fires, but they needed us. They didn't need to, but they helped me. They saved me, and by the time we got out and they could deal with the cultists or these men, it was too late. There was nothing we could do, and trust me, I tried to. I and I fanned it and everything, and I couldn't do it. There's nothing we could have done. Gorak,
Honestly, if we didn't get there, Seth would have been killed probably. He was locked in a little closet.
And who knows if the cultists would have set fire to other buildings.
That's what I'm saying. Those people were out for blood.
So, you're welcome.
damn it. So you
I was
did
trying to
try to
correct-
stop them, and well, kind of looks around at all you guys. I can't fault you for taking out those bastards. Those damn fanatics. Ugh, I don't like this. I don't like this one bit. What about
They have a scourge in your city. I'll tell you what.
what about that leader of theirs?
He got away.
He ran.
We almost had him.
So he just kind of like rubs the bridge of his nose, like just trying to mull this over, and exhausted with dealing with everything the night prior, and just trying to resolve this situation. He's like, I don't like that he got away, but at least you put a dent in him. It doesn't bring back what was lost. The city's got enough problems without some abyssal cursed zealots making it worse. Alright, so
Yeah, or any magical tomes that scream out in the night. But I agree.
what's this that
Thank
you
you, Crick.
speak of?
Correct.
I've
Nothing. I'm just glad that it doesn't
I look
exist.
at Crick, I'm like, oddly specific hypothetical there, buddy.
Yeah,
I'm
what
just
the
glad
hell, Craig?
that doesn't exist. But do you by happen chance have you seen our friend? Maybe.
Wow, very good diversion there, Craig.
What friend are you talking about?
And Garganel.
Our friend Garganel. We seem to have been missing him. I don't know if the cultists took him, maybe.
oh, I never even thought about that.
And with that,
Oh,
I kind
no.
of like look over at everybody, and I'm like, yeah.
It's too early for all this right now, Crick.
So, what does this guy look out? I mean, is this someone part of your crew? You're saying someone's missing?
Right. And he's a big part of our crew. We would never forget Garganel, but in the whole shuffle of things, things happen and we have to run. Next thing you know, we're here. It's like, oh, where's Garganel? But we're all so concerned.
You probably remember him with us during the squabble at the Coliseum. He was right behind us when we were dealing with everything.
That's right.
I don't think I saw anyone with you guys there.
Nah, I'm sure he was there. Oh god, I looked. Did the cultists abduct him? From that venue? Oh my god.
Was Garganel in our minds all along?
Are we really here?
But
Just kind of waves you guys off for a second. Look, your friend, why don't you just retrace your steps and see if, I don't know, if you can find him back where you guys maybe left them. I don't know. But regardless, we'll keep a lookout for your friend, and I'll send some of my men to send word out and keep an eye out too. But beside that, I'll make sure that everyone knows, because a lot of murmurs this morning about seeing the people running from the fires over to here. I'll make sure everyone knows that who really started the blaze last night. But if I catch wind of anything else with these cultists and what they're up to, and don't bring any more trouble is what I'm trying to say. Bring it to me first. No more surprises.
Well, and I think now that they'll think twice about coming back to Gradia. But I think it's noted that we'll alert you before we take any sort of action, I guess.
To be
Do you have
fair,
any-
in this situation, if we would have stopped, run all the way to you, and come back with you, by the time we get back, who knows what much damage would have been done. So, I think we have to call it a case-by-case basis agreement here. It's not too dire. We'll try to track evidence and give it to you. However, if they're, about to murder a baby, I think you want us to get involved, right?
Kind of looks at all of you guys and looks over at Langston like, is this the talk that's happening?
Yep. This is welcome to the Stormbreakers 101. See what happens when I don't take the forefront? This is what's going on.
It was pretty tough starting to become friends when we first met, I will say, but we've grown acclimated to one another.
It's just like slow eye blinking, just like, yeah, what's the big deal?
Yeah, if you set rules here, we gotta know what we're working with so we can be in agreement, correct? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
These
Also,
cultists
for
don't
perspective,
necessarily go by the rules. So we gotta
for
kinda...
perspective,
All I'm saying.
that is the captain who pees in my drinks and threatens to eat me like every other day. So we're chilling.
All right. I'm not sure who I put my trust in, and I'm kind of questioning myself anymore.
Oh, shit, dead. Confession. Y'all heard it? All right. That's all I was waiting. Busted. We got him.
I'll make sure blame is not put on you all anymore. But if any more trouble comes circling around your guys' vicinity, I'm not going to be very happy about it. Please notify me.
I will. Don't worry.
And if
There won't be
any
more
trouble comes around, and if any trouble comes around your area, make sure to notify us.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Kind of looks down at you and just shakes his head a little bit. Have a great day, guys. Just takes a step off the ship. Thank you, Captain. He looks over at Crux. Oh no, he's the captain over there. So that one takes a step off the ship.
Right. You put some respect on that name.
And he just strolls off the ship deck back onto the docks and disappears into the city. And
I turn back around at Craig, and I just go, way to turn it around on his ass, Craig. He's so confused.
Well, if he doesn't tell us, we might just end up, killing more cultists in this city. We have to know these
Yeah.
things.
Since
Right.
Prick almost
That's
spilt the
not-
beans on the frickin' tome, Langston,
Oh, yeah.
you want to take a look at this? I feel like you might be able to kind of get a better grasp at what this entails. You or Crick, I guess.
I can take a gander. I'm gonna level with you. I do not speak Abyssal, but I can at least try to get a read on it. And
Well, I can read it for you if you kind of maybe we both take a look at each other or take a look at it with each other.
Hey now.
And you kind of help,
Oh.
summarize it.
I can see if maybe there's. I mean, there was magic coming off of it in the warehouse. Maybe I can take a look to see if I can understand his energies a little bit.
What the hey, Rampu, why don't you come join too?
Yeah, why not?
Maybe we do this. Maybe we get a little breakfast, a little morning read, round the
Yes.
breakfast table.
We're thinking.
And also, before we do all that, I think I'm going to recruit a little help here. And I look over at Jake. Jakey! And then he comes over to me. And I just whisper into his ear. Do a fly around. See if you can locate Gargano. Come back to me. He goes. Just takes off.
Well, it's
Badassly. Yeah.
incredible. Yeah, he takes to the sky, and whoa, as people start to look around as he flies off the ship deck, and then get back to their daily deeds and work. As he flies through the city, kind of at a low level, ceiling or the rooftop high. It's not super high within here, but he's leaves your guys' sight as he takes a look around. And as he's out there, you guys have this black abyssal, like thick book that has these marked with these abyssal runes on the outside of them. Of course, Manto grabbed in that office. If you guys would like to check out.
Sure. And before we move too far along, if Jake doesn't turn up anything, let me know. I think I have some other way we could locate Gargano. Just want to throw that out to the universe now. I have a plan B.
Beautiful.
Been seeing girls lately, Langston?
No. You know for a fact I haven't. Like, Langston just hits 1,000-yard stare, just thinking about the girl whose name he forgot, but he knows broke his heart, and is just like, still not over it.
I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without you.
All right, so I start to open this book, and since I know Bissell, I would just kind of begin to read it out loud, and in hopes that I guess anyone who's with us can kind of get a grasp as to what exactly it is I'm reading.
Absolutely. As you guys come out, gather around, let's maybe put you guys downstairs, in the dining room kind of area, around one of those tables.
Yeah, I imagine the book is in the middle as we're all sitting crisscross applesauce. Oh god.
Oh my god, it's like a story time.
Here we go. Drag you guys all down here. All right. So yeah, you guys have that book pulled out. Then you flip it on open. You see it's this, as I mentioned, it's thick and worn. It's marked with these ink smudges and coded notations. And as you begin to read through it, Manto, you notice that its pages, they contain names and descriptions of items and different statuses. You see an area marked, says searching, and then below that you see a few different names and descriptions laid out. See the name of Davian Rod, a mage's apprentice, with black and silver rings, suspected artifact, confirmed arcane enchantment. See the name Dervik Vathmir, a merchant with a gold idol, rumored to be celestial in origin, will not relent, surveillance underway. See the name Nestor Fine, a scholar with an enchanted brooch, made by master craftsman Doc Mephits, should be easy target. Name in parentheses Shadow, a possible mage or informant, enchanted cloak suspected, requires further investigation before retrieval. The name Lyra Sylvine, a street performer, possession of enchanted harp strings may require force, has frequent contact with smugglers. And another name, Ephraim Zada, a glassworker rumored to possess a scrying mirror, unconfirmed, watching workshop for opportunity. This is all on a singular page here. And as you begin to look through it further, you see another section marked Acquired. And in there, you see some more names and descriptions. You see Valen Dusk, dagger confiscated, an ancient relic of Groth's warship. You see Tomas Grin, a traveling noble, arcane ring with swirling energy confiscated. Elisa Marik, a cartographer, taken, celestial marked compass removed.
No, Langston, some of these names are from the ones that you inquired about at the Coliseum.
Yeah, Davian and Dervik definitely resonate, but the rest of these I can't say I've heard of before. So, well, we're on the right track. Looking like Davian and Durek had some items of their interest, but
How come
Definitely
they
an
weren't
up-to-date ledger as well.
yeah, my
Yes.
God, they're thorough note takers.
Now here's
So wait.
something to note. See all these items that are marked on here? I don't know about you guys, especially you, Manto, but these ancient relics sound like money. Money that potential Stormbreakers could.
Yeah. Well, I'm wondering if the last game that we saw, the ones that have been played, I'm wondering if those have already made their way in some way, shape, or form to the abyssal mirror where Gratz is, because it was our understanding that Davian and Dervik, their items, I thought they were taken too, weren't they?
They
I'm just-
were, and
Why-
I would bet
Hey.
money were on that ship that Vashia took off on.
If they weren't there, they were definitely in the warehouse, but they were definitely one of the two. But yeah, absolutely. And then I would also keep flipping. Is there a page where it's like who their next targets are?
Well, so they were all under searching.
Yeah.
Those,
Okay.
those first group of names were under searching. Those last 3 that I sent were under
Yes.
acquired.
Wired, yeah.
So you can, of course, ask me if you as a character would understand what that could potentially, mean or whatever, if you want, or keep trying to figure it out.
Yeah, would I be able to, I guess, deduct then that the reason Davian and Dervik's name are under, I guess, searching is because the items aren't in the abyssal mirror with Gratz?
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Give yourself a guidance with it, my guy.
Nice.
I mean, you guys, I'd
Um,
imagine, are all here as well. Does anyone help him with this, or
Can I
Yeah.
also give them guidance?
only one guy?
Nah,
but
you
someone
know-
can help. If you guys are all thinking
help
about this
him.
together.
Give him a little shoulder rub.
Yeah. Yeah, I figure we're definitely doing it together as we're kind of sitting there.
Ooh, that's 20
You
then.
know, it's yep, there it is.
There you
Oh
go.
shit!
20.
So
Very
with that, yeah, you would understand. It's a little confusing because you guys have learned, of course, Davian and Dervik's names, but inside this ledger or this list of names, they're still under searching. And with that, you'd maybe be able to piece together that they haven't, updated this ledger, fully yet since the recent kidnappings that you guys witnessed. And therefore, with that in mind, are these other names, have they been kidnapped yet, or are they still being searched for?
Well,
So then,
It seems like there's still 4 people potentially out there.
yes, so Nestor, Shadow, Lyra, and Ephraim. So-
we've got 3. Remember, there was the one who got taken who wasn't named. I only got 2 of their names, but 3 were taken from the arena.
Say with the
So-
Yeah, so I'm sure one of those was on here.
with the Nat 20 investigation and the blessing with Langston adding to think about that as well. I would say that the description of Shadow seems to resonate to the unknown man
That would check out. Seems a little fitting.
Nestor, Lyra, and
Ephraim. Glassworker. Street performer. Or a scholar. A scholar?
Like about trades are. It's a triple threat.
Mantle, you have also
mean to cut you.
noticed that there are some other scribblings, other like parts of parchment and pages within here as well. Seems like
am
notes
I
to
able-
someone or to themselves, essentially.
Able to make those out based off of, like, are they in Abyssal? Am I able to make those out?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, as you're reading through these names and everything first, you flip the page and you start to notice these notes to oneself. The first one mentions that the final shipment leaves immediately after the gladiator battle. No loose ends. Notice another one that mentions Elthara has prepared the mirror. All shipments to be processed through her. Another note below that immediately kind of line connecting and saying the abyssal mirror is active. The Dark Prince will receive the next batch directly. And, around that, though, kind of like written below it, but with an arrow going to it to above those last two lines, it says, Ilthrax at the Shadow Exchange is awaiting for delivery confirmation for goods deemed not worthy for Grotst. Delay not acceptable. And then finally, in big letters on the bottom, it says, one shipment lost to previous interference. Do not allow repeat incidents.
So yeah, I imagine I would have been reading this out loud. I'm like, well, hopefully caused a little interference and delay.
I think that's definitely towards us.
But I think it's pretty much safe to assume that the goods of Davion, Shadow, and Dervik are probably in the mirror. Granted, nothing happened to them due to the hindrance from us. Now,
Ugh.
we just don't really know about Nestor, Lyra, and Ephraim.
And we're like really far from where the mirror is from the coordinates on the other one, right? If I recall.
Yeah, it was about 5 to 6 day travel, I believe I said last time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I wonder what this shadow exchange is.
Yeah.
Because I don't think you would have that at the mirror. Maybe there's something closer.
Maybe that's a name for like a trade stall or something here on this floating turtle shell. Would we have heard this mentioned at all, or like during our like walk of the streets for shopping or anything? Is this something that stands out to us? Something we might have heard in passing?
Go ahead and make a history check.
Yes, sir.
Look at you.
That's nat 20.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
That's in a Ric Flair.
you know that the market in Ungradia is called the Mall Market, and that's kind of like where most of the shops are and everything in there. As you guys, I'll say yeah. As you guys like, we're heading over toward. What are you gonna say, Johnny?
Oh, no, never mind. I thought I read something different, but
Nah. As you guys were like heading towards Torque's Tinker's shop, kind of like on a seedier side of town, you did Mantor, I believe, noticed a man kind of getting upset about something over there, and he mentioned something about they're probably taken to that blasted Shadow Exchange again, and someone kind of mentioning that you guys heard of the Shadow Exchange, and it seems like it's not in Gradia.
Okay. Nuts. Okay, so
well,
Shadow
maybe we could
Exchange-
get some information on exactly where that is.
Good. We absolutely could. I mean, we're already kind of learning a lot of this, and oh god, this has so many layers.
I'm gonna start
God, and we-
quickly sifting through the book to see if I could find any coordinates that mention the
Hey, could we-
Black Shadow exchange.
Yeah, and like, can we also put the other ledger out like next to this? Like, is there any like weird, you know, like where it's like similar or handwriting, like, you know, like an introduction or anything like that?
What do you mean by like some sort of introduction?
So, like, is there like language that's used frequently within the same book, or is there? I mean, you know, like typically when you open like, you know, like a company workbook, it'll be like, hey, here's about the company, da, 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 and then you go all that kind of stuff, right? So like you know, how professional is this kind of thing?
Yeah, as you're looking through it, it doesn't have anything of that extent or whatever, but everything has been written in Abyssal, and everything is clearly, from what you guys are able to piece together, from these Grotz cultists, and what you're able to piece together is the name, as you look at them side by side, is that the name Elthara is mentioned in both of them, and that she is like the guardian of the mirror, essentially. She's the one that will receive any goods, whether they be, you know, material or of flesh, you know, to the mirror.
Or this
broke
most
up.
recent one.
I broke up.
For me, who owns the mirror?
As
Ilthrax or
no, Elthara is the name that, you know,
Elthara.
you hear or you read in both of these ledgers, and being connected to the mirror. And as you guys are mulling this over, you hear heavy footsteps above you guys on the wooden deck. Oh, Garganel, you're back! And you see Jake come swooping on down as well. As Garganel's, yes, I'm back. Sorry if I caused a scare or anything, Topo. You guys hear this all coming from upstairs, right above you guys, essentially. I'm fine. Sorry if I worried you. You know how things can get out here. And just kind of murmurs, and kind of, you know, the talk gets hushed as they move away from this vicinity.
Should we go check on him?
Sounds fine.
I think we should go say hi.
I think just to make sure he's good, and, you know, at least brief him on our day and make sure he's not mad at us for everything that transpired.
I think it'd be the right thing to do.
Fine. Let's go say hi.
Manto, pocket the ledges. Don't let anyone else see these.
Noted.
I guess we go up the stairs.
Yeah. As you're going up the stairs, Langston, you're about to pass to go up to the top deck. You see Garganel inside the Spelljammer room, talking with Hopla, and kind of just, you don't really hear the conversation going on over there, but as he notices you behind him, he waves to you. Oh, Langston, how are you doing, friend? Hope you guys didn't worry about me too much.
We had a day, if I can be fully honest with you. We had a very eventful day. What happened to you?
Oh, well, we went to the bar, and then we went to another bar, and then you guys said you were going to go bet on some axe beak races and birds. Who's got time for them? I went to another bar after that, and one thing led to another, and, well, let's just say, and he kind of smacks his pocket a little bit, they've got a little bit more gold for us to bring home.
Okay.
What a dog.
I want to, like, lean in and be like, that's all that happened? We fought tooth and nail at the arena, and you would just bar hopping?
Oh,
Just kind of, like, narrow my eyes a bit and just be like, he kind of went in on this place a little shakily. So I'm kind of just like, you were scared, making sure we were here, but you just ended up going bar hopping and pocketed money?
Look, I have a bit of a reputation. Sometimes when I indulge too much, I get this feeling inside of me that is not fulfilled until I can gamble away and win some gold, and the thrill of it all is just, I mean, I'm sure, Langston, I'm sure you've gambled once or twice in your time, right? Won a couple gold
I gambled
pieces.
with you when we were in the wild space, yes.
Oh, right, yes, yeah, we played, see, exactly, you know me, I'm a creature of habit. Pull out a little bit of bones, and start throwing the dice, and next thing you know, it's the crows are crowing, and, well, it's a good thing Jake found me. I was wandering around the docks and couldn't find the slip.
I like look at Topola and just am like,
Just kind
it's
of
like looking back at him and then looking at her and just like, yeah.
So Gargano, if I didn't know any better, this sounds like a huge red flag. But who knows? What do I know?
Maybe to some, you know, as when he was saying that, my antenna would just shut straight up, like in excitement. I'm like, I feel like we could be pretty good friends, Gargano.
Dude.
Like a guy.
I saw you guys, trying to scrape together some gold to, well, first of all, the machinery you got up there, you guys purchased. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Thank you.
I mean, has anyone ever driven anything like that before?
You?
I will figure it out. Got a train.
I've never, nothing like that, but I've heard of, the great races of Arcaban and the Sand Sprint, and, let's just say it's, it's not as easy as it looks, as from what I hear, but, oh, you guys will do fine. What am I saying?
Oh no, I got 4 arms, 2 legs. See and hear clear as day. My reactions are magnificent. I think I can lead us to victory in this bad boy.
We should do some training in the whip though. Before the race. That is kind of a good point. Race shouldn't be the first time we try to figure out how to do this thing. Could be bad.
Yeah. At a bare minimum, it should be the second time.
I agree. Second time will be expert, but the first time, what do you know?
Wondering if there's anywhere here that we could spin it around,
Oh, I don't think there's any place in Goradia you guys can ride it around, but if Tobal may be able to find you guys like a barren asteroid or something we can dock right outside of and give it a try.
Really?
Yeah, at some point.
That's
yeah.
the coolest thing I've ever heard.
Right,
That's
Tobal?
awesome.
She's like, oh, I suppose so. If you're just gonna volunteer me like that, she's got you guys. And just pats her on the
And we
back.
start cheering, Topola! Topola!
Okay, I got you. I have you. Sure.
What a queen.
And Gargano looks out. Well, I'm going to get some sleep. You all enjoy your day. And he.
I lean to the side and look at Topola again, and I'm just like, okay.
Again, Gargano, huge red flag. Didn't know this about you, but enjoy your daytime slumber. After gambling all night. Well, there was a huge fire going around in the town.
Wait, I heard about that. The warehouses and the docks burnt down, and it was crazy. That's what I heard. It took all sorts of supplies and materials to the city, and it's gonna cost them lots of money. Wish we would have witnessed that.
That's right. That's right. If only you would have won big, you could have saved the town, Anyways, go get some sleep, big guy.
Thank you. Langston, go ahead and roll an insight check for me. I believe you're checking them out, right? Or checking out the whole scene.
Yeah, correct. Well, from highest to lowest, that is a natural 1.
I love it. Yeah, he looks exhausted. He sounds exhausted. I mean, he clearly has a bunch of gold in his pocket. So, I mean, I don't think you guys didn't notice if he had that prior or not. But he's not lying about that part, at least.
Just like cracks his knuckles and is like, oh, that all checks out to me. All right, cool. Absolutely nothing suspicious about this guy. He went out, he gambled, we fought for our lives. He made it out in one piece. Good work, Jake. Way to bring him home.
We should have stayed with him.
He say, "Roar."
That's a good point. Who wants some
Hey,
breakfast?
him. And then he starts to look at Langston like he wants to eat him.
No. No.
Oh.
No. Why do you and Rampu want to eat me? What what about this is appealing?
To be fair, I'll follow you guys. Crick is a part robot. I don't know what the hell Manto is. The only one
Right,
I know is confirmed to be edible.
Thank you, Langston.
Okay. Okay.
And I mean,
They're,
no offense, but if you never have elf ears on the barbecue, you
I
missed
hate
out.
I hate that we talk about what part of me is edible, good or grilled, at least once a week.
I mean, I'm just saying, sometimes you gotta do things to survive when you live in the wilderness, and you know.
And you
First time an elf
you
gotta
stumbled
kill it.
across elves, and you're like, you know what would be good eats?
To be fair, if I hadn't killed and eaten them, they probably would have killed and eaten me. You know, so
Crick like slowly pulls out the astral elf leg that is probably about 3 months old now. We could
Crick,
always make kebabs if you're really
what?
that hungry.
No! Why do you still have the leg?
Have you been dry aging that, Crick?
Are you dry aging my people?
best day of my life. That's a delicacy, you know.
Are we calling
Worst
it
day
your
of mine.
I'm totally dry aging it. So I kind of just think to myself, yes, dry aging is what we are doing with this. I kind of
You-
smell it. Smells good.
I get down to Crick's eye level, and I'm just gonna be like, you were holding on to this for no reason, weren't you?
There is always a reason, my friend.
What was it? Tell me why. Right now. What was the reason?
Ain't nothing but a heartache.
Dinner?
Ain't
reason.
nothing but a elf steak.
That's exactly in my
Oh,
mind.
Through this race, I think we are a quartet group.
Anyway, guys, do you think maybe we should go find one of these people? Maybe Nestor? I mean, worst case scenario, he does have an enchanted brooch.
I was almost thinking that, or we go to Gorak and we show him the ledger.
I mean, he can't read it. We can just tell him what it says. And for
Yeah.
all we know,
But I think he needs to know, given that he's kind of like running the show here in Graudia.
This
So you're
list,
pretty
is
much
it
supposed to
possible
be
to
his
tell who would be next on the search for them to kidnap?
Make an investigation check.
Doctors investigate his ash.
13.
13.
So the top two names are names that you guys recognize. And then Langston, of course, mentions that Shadow could potentially be the third person that was taken there. So 3 out of the top 4 names were ones that you guys know were taken, or potentially were taken. Shadow potentially. So it seems like there's almost from the top down of this list potentially.
Is
Yeah, we'll
Nestor
look
the one
at
that we saved?
Sure.
let me see. Hold on.
Because we did save one person.
He was, yes, I think Nesta is the one we said. Didn't he? Because we went to check out the shop for the brooch that he got for his
Yes.
fiance, wife.
Oh yes, we spoke to him about it.
Yeah, we went to go investigate that, and then
Maybe we just go, confiscate his brooch.
Yeah, let's we can maybe
Brooch?
give him some gold for it.
Brooch.
Brucci.
Brooch?
I'm leaning on brooch personally.
Bruchacho.
Okay.
That one more so.
Yeah, maybe we just go confiscate it. Or
I
Although-
don't think that. Can we do that, Crick? Can we just be like, we need this, and then just kind of? I think that's just robbery.
I mean, we can just tell him it's haunted, and we'll give him a little gold for it, so you can go buy something else. Because I'm sure he doesn't want to give his freaking girlfriend a cursed gift.
Manto does have a point. Maybe we should let the people in charge of this place know what's going on.
Yeah, you know,
Right.
after all, there was a pretty large fire.
Crick, for a man who was hoarding an elf leg and was just so cool 5 seconds ago, you just really became such a downer.
I could still
Anyway.
hoard the elf leg, but anyway,
Nope. I'd prefer if you didn't. I know you're going to, but I'd prefer if you didn't.
So are we thinking he took Lyra and Ephraim then too? Or they did?
I
Didn't
mean,
happen
they're all
at
at.
the it didn't happen at the arena.
No, but that was a place where they could get a lot of people gathered and kind of pick off a lot of their targets at once. So there's
Well,
a
let's
chance they're still at
see
large.
if we can find Lyra. Yeah, we should try to find the others. Because we don't believe they've been kidnapped. And then perhaps we can use them as bait to know that they're the next attacked if we just follow them.
I mean, that could work. I mean, we don't really know. I mean, we know their occupations. I don't hate the idea of bringing this to Gorak and just kind of being like, "Have you heard of these people? You know, he's got
Totally.
hands
He
and
might be able
everything."
to help
in
us.
his-
Yeah, exactly. He might actually be able to help us identify them.
Yeah.
And
That and
Alright.
just so he's aware as well.
oh, I've got a quick idea. So it says Ephraim, they're watching over his workshop. Maybe we find his workshop and look for people watching over it. And maybe we grab one of the people watching over it.
like that. Now we go to Gorak as heroes with their heads.
Could work.
Maybe that's a plan. If they're watching Ephraim, we watch them, and then we grab them while they're watching them.
But whoa.
Right, but
The thing
they
is
watch
though,
them, then why would we grab them while they watch them? Correct. That's very confusing. You're
Who's
adding an
watching
extra
who?
step there. Exactly.
back down to earth here, or Graudia.
Right.
No, Earth is that way. It's up.
Yes, thank
I
you.
point to
Oh, but isn't
Never
it
heard
almost
of Earth.
safe to assume that these Nestor, or not Nestor, but Lyra and Ephraim, like, because it says here that these were the, I guess in total 6 people that they were waiting on the items for the shipment. So isn't it almost safe to assume that Lyra and Ephraim have probably been, they either managed to escape somehow, or they, whatever belongings they had or themselves were captured, and now are in the Abyssal Mirror.
I guess that is fair. It does say that the shipment will go out after the gladiator bout, so it might be safe to assume that whatever actions were going to be taken have already been taken against all
and
6.
and then if that's the case, then there wouldn't be anyone else watching over them. But we can still go to Ephraim's shop to see if he's there, and maybe gather intel. But I still think, regardless, Gorak is the first person we discuss after this, before we do anything.
I think that makes
Seconded.
sense.
I like it.
As much as I like, figuring shit out on our own and not having
Yeah.
him know, we
So-
kind of are partially at fault for the fire.
Yeah. So Gorak, and then potentially Ephraim, and then see what happens after that.
Yeah,
Many
so
days
long
until
as
the
it
race?
works. 4 now?
Oh hell. Okay.
Yeah, and it's 3 days to get there, so we kind of need to leave after
Yeah.
today. Okay. Let's go let
So,
Gorak know.
let's make moves.
Show me your moves.
The
Show me your moves.
Gorak!
All right. So as you guys head on out now from the ship deck, right before you escape, Crux looks. Hey, where are you guys going? Are we sticking around another day?
I think
We
it's
have one more
safe
day,
to
don't
say we'll leave this evening.
All right, all right. Warwick and I are getting a little stir crazy over here. We might go out and grab a bite and drink too. We'll make sure we're not
That's
too
fine. Just don't let Gargano leave. Man, it's a crazy gambling problem.
As you say that, you just hear heavy, deep snore coming from downstairs. Yeah, that dude is, God, obnoxious when he sleeps too.
Just a bit.
Yeah.
Can I, like, knock on Starbo before we go? Be like, hey, buddy, can you do me a favor?
Langston.
Hey, sorry to disturb. Just quick favor. If Garganel tries to leave the ship, don't let him.
You got it, Langston.
Thanks, buddy. I'll bring back some stuff for you to throw.
Oh, his eyelids get heavy again as he just closes down. This air in here is disgusting. Just rest.
He is not gonna do what I asked. Okay, let's go.
As you guys head on back into the busy streets of Gradia, let's go ahead and let's see. Do I have a picture of this place? Where do you guys head to first? You're heading to find Gorak?
Correct.
Yes.
All right. You wind through the streets, past a couple of the bars and shops, through the opening of the mall market. The giant archway that you guys now notice is actually like the mandible and jaw of some sort of gigantic beast. And as you guys walk through there, past the gladiator station, mazing through a couple of the buildings, you enter through a set of doors, go through a building, out the back of it, wind through the alleyway, a couple more turns, and eventually you make it to this iron robotic-like door where Gorak's quarters are stationed beyond. And as you guys approach, Gorak's men recognize you, and the door kind of steam pushes on opened right in front of you, and they lead you on upstairs.
Tight.
As
We
you
got
guys-
it in.
As you guys get upstairs, see Gorak kind of just mulling over, looking over the city through this giant porthole in his office. His head kind of turns slightly as you all walk in. He's like, well, that was quicker than I anticipated.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello, I'm
So,
assuming you have some news.
rather intel,
good.
yes. So I know Crickham has kind of spilled the beans on a potential tome that we have, but it's rather a ledger, kind of like a history log of the cultist and their plans, who they're targeting, and what they're kind of after. And I don't know if you can read Abyssal, such as myself, but like I would turn to the searching page and then kind of flip back to the I guess like successful, like accomplished page, and I'd be like, so the little incident that happened during the gladiator battle, the cultists were after Avion, Shadow, Dervik, and Nestor. We managed to save Nestor, but Davion, Shadow, and Dervik were taken. We don't know anything about Lyra and Ephron, but it's almost safe to assume that they were targeted because the cultist and Vashir were back at the warehouse. And it was, if you kind of, and I would like then proceed to point at the notes and be like, yeah, because they were trying to get all of their belongings and them to the Abyssal Mirror post gladiator battle.
So they had connections to the Abyssal Mirror, is what you're saying, as well.
Correct. Yes.
So we've heard murmurs of this mirror, and some I don't know, mercenary person, a guardian, I guess, that watches over it, and people owing debts and collecting things for. Huh.
That's probably Vashir.
Okay. So the guy that you guys found, gotcha. That you said he escaped. I do know Lyra though.
Yeah.
That you mentioned. She's cute little thing. Plays around in the market with this harp. Um, Sings a song every now and then, and really enchanting.
Is she still here? You know?
Didn't see her today, but normally she sets up around lunchtime.
And I'm sorry, where does she normally set up again? In the market?
Yeah, busking in the market.
Okay.
But you mentioned Ephraim also, the old glass worker.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, he's got a shop at the one end of the market. It's called the Molten Prism. It's kind of a workshop that he runs.
I'm sorry, what was it called again?
The Molten Prism.
And both are kind of located in the marketplace. So I guess if it's all right with you, we'll check the marketplace today to see if Ephraim and Lyra are there. At this point, once we kind of gather that information, whether they're here or not, what would you like us to do? Because, at the end of this evening, we'll be on our way to that race.
Okay. I guess if they're here, warn them. Give them a heads up. Tell them what you found. Try not to spook them, though, I guess. But you should make sure that the severity and the seriousness of it is appreciated. But if they're not here, I don't know, maybe ask around, try to find any information you can.
Absolutely.
Report back
Yep,
to me.
and I guess we'll report back to you. We'll go ahead to the markets here momentarily to obtain that, and yep, I'm hoping for the best.
Kind of, as you had the book open, you see his like monocle kind of zooming in and out and focusing on it. It kind of highlights like glowing like these glyphs, so you can see he's scanning over the text. Seemingly translating it and reading it through this eyepiece. Looks at it, it's like, Shadow Exchange.
You familiar with that location?
It's a shady black market, smugglers and warlocks and cultists and all sorts of ambitious spellcasters, what have you, looking for rare and dangerous artifacts. It's never though like quite in the same place. It's just this floating, circular. I don't even know what you want to call it, but it's a place that it's always floating around, and it's hard to kind of keep it. Doesn't stay place on one place for too long, is what I'm trying to say. It's just kind of like a big old hulk of trash.
Yeah,
Who would know where it would be?
It's usually not too far from the edge of wild space. Get people drifting in and out from the astral sea, traveling from different planes. Some of the stalls there, though, I heard that they only deal with soul coins.
Soul coins? What the hell's a soul coin?
It's a little, like a coin, a little circular thing with a demon's face on it or whatever. But I guess it can look like any sort of what have you. But usually a soul is bound within that, and people use it as currency, way to trade, as an artifact, even as keys. Sometimes I've heard.
Wow. So to get a soul coin, you have to Down your own soul or get someone else to bind theirs?
I mean, it would be best to have someone else's and not bind your own to it, kind of forfeit your life, kind of thing. But
We have yours?
kind of pats
Yeah,
you
it
on
was
the
for the
shoulder.
shot,
You're a bastard. Don't deal with
Yes, he is.
demonic contracts like that myself. Try to stay away from that bullshit.
Is there one that we
Yeah.
can technically like obtain or buy?
Or like a real bad person, someone who really sucks.
I mean, I don't think you
kind of deserves it.
nowhere, at least in my city, I don't think you can get one. But the Shadow Exchange,
Really?
I'm sure a couple of
It's real creepy.
sure a couple pockets are lined with this soul coins up there.
Okay.
And kind of like he's got like a little unit that sits on his desk, and he turns a dial on it and kind of spins it, and you see this blue kind of holographic light shimmer above it, and above that you see it kind of form this circular shape, and it spins around 360 in front of you guys, and it's like it's kind of generally what it looks like, of course blowing up a little bit so you can see the details of it, but you guys see exactly as he described this soul coin with like a demon-like face on this kind of like black cylindrical coin, and then on the other side of it you see these like abyss or kind of demonic like runes engraved on it too.
Shoot. That's terrifying.
Oops.
So I guess first steps we go to the docks, and eventually we'll try to find some soul coins. I guess, I don't know. Cross that bridge when we get there.
I'm not saying that you need a soul coin or anything. I'm just saying that that's the kind of place this place is. They will literally trade souls for goods.
Yeah. So
Why
why
not
don't we
press
go to the
that?
market and try to find these two people?
Yeah, the market. That's
Sounds like a plan to me. I mean, I feel like they both
Yeah.
got pretty good identifiers for how we can track them down, so.
Yeah, Lyra and Ephraim, and see if they're around.
Well, is it smart for potentially us to split up, go in groups of twos and twos, me and Jake and Langston and Crick and Manto can go together or something, and then since Manto can communicate with all of us, it might be good to keep watch of both people separately in case they get attacked.
I mean, I don't think splitting up is necessary. I don't know.
I
What do
just
you guys-
worry if they have more numbers than we bargained for. Stronger as a unified front, and
Yeah, I think it's best we don't mess with these people.
I mean, we know the name of
Underestimate.
the name of Ephraim's shop. Why don't we go for Lyra? And do you think you could let Jake watch from the sky for the molten prism and see if he sees anything crazy going on from the start?
That's not a bad idea. I look at Jake, dragoness and 2-0. So, he just flies off badassly into the air. Guitar solo
What did he
rages.
say?
Don't worry about it. Something about. Never mind. I don't want to offend you.
I speak Draconic. I know damn well he just said I'm tasty as hell before he took off.
I told you I don't want to hurt your feelings. All right.
That's not hurtful. That just scares me.
We're not really gonna eat
Also,
you.
listen, stop saying he can have a bite of me if he does a good job. Stop it.
Listen. Sometimes you gotta tell your dragon good rewards, just in case. If we get real hungry, decisions have to be made. Let's just say we already made ours. But only if we get real hungry. I think we'll be fine.
I don't like that you already signed off on this.
Again, Crick is part robot. I don't know what the hell Manto's made of. Or the
Right,
edible
Green.
kind.
Thank you again, Langston.
Gotcha, buddy.
But I never had his kind before. Meanwhile, I know. No offense. Yours is delicious.
We will move past
You
this
should take
at
it as
one
a
point, I
compliment.
swear.
You should
I
really take
am-
it as a compliment.
I'm flattered and horrified. I don't know what you want from me.
Thank
Thank
you
you
ready?
for thinking I'm tasty.
Gork is
Manto's
looking at
over
you
there a little
guys.
offended. I don't want to eat him.
Oh, Gaia, is there anything else I can help you out with today? Any other information
Sanity?
pertinent? I wish I could.
Have a
buddy.
snack for my hungry friend.
No, we're good. We'll be heading to the markets. Thank you, Gorek.
Thank you, Manto. I appreciate y'all actually stopping by here and letting me know. To be honest with you, I thought I was falling on deaf ears, but thank you. I appreciate it.
Believing there was some
totally my
reluctance.
idea.
Thank
They
you,
didn't want to come,
Listen
but
to
I was
Rampu
like,
as well.
we gotta go to Gorak and do the right thing. You know, as captain of this ship.
Rampu,
we're
give me
gonna
1
do the right
second.
thing.
1 second. And he turns around and you see he pulls open a drawer and he pulls out like this piece of parchment and he comes up to you and watches he goes up to it and he peels something off of it and he sticks it to your chest and it's a little star. He's like, "You're the best, Rampu."
Yeah.
And you look down at it and it says, "I'm number one," inside the star.
See you guys. Number one. That's what I'm captain.
He looks around at you guys and gives you guys both, or all three of you, a double-eyed wink as he's pointing that out.
I'm jealous.
And
when I
only
say
Gorek would hear this, be like, "You just boosted his ego so much. I hate you."
He's like,
You
And
just
then when
made
you're
it
like,
worse.
Walk out.
his cybernetic hands.
Langston turns around and mouths, "Why?" and then goes.
Come on, guys. Last one there is not number one. Start running over to the market.
Oh, god damn it.
As he's running, you guys seem to notice before he like starts to take off, the words on it shift, but you don't notice what it says exactly before he takes off, and he runs down the street, and you guys follow behind Rampu, and to the mall market you go. Let's see.
I'm actually, as Rampu runs away, I'm like, I kind of hold the guys back. I'm like, wait, now would be an awesome time to go in the exact opposite direction.
There are two people we're trying to see, but we shouldn't split up.
I know. Bad time.
That time. Langston sees the sea of people and is like, "Oh shit!" Spring.
He totally would have never noticed us.
No, we wouldn't have.
Holy shit, that's a lot of people.
Indeed, the streets are bustling as you guys make your way into the mall market, humming with energy, stalls hawking all sorts of goods. Of course, so you guys walk on through, you got a couple of potions, a couple of med kits. Crake, you notice a gnome selling all sorts of tinkered goods, and one catches your eye, a backpack filled with all sorts of accoutrements for cooking and grilling, including a built-in grill and a cutting board. He hears you mention the talk of garlic, and he just shows you a trick as he pulls out endless amounts of garlic from a pocket there, like a clown pulling out or a magician pulling out a scarf from a hat. And
Crick's just flipping out. Oh my god!
he puts the backpack on your back and gives you a little tap as sets you guys off down the pathway. And looking first, were you guys looking for Lyra or Ephraim?
Whoever's
Lyra.
first on the list. Let's say whoever's first on the list.
I feel like
Real
Alira.
quick.
Okay.
Yeah, he mentioned she's out there.
So Lyra, you guys have mentioned or have heard mention that she's a busker musician. She plays out in the streets.
Yeah.
So proceed on how you guys go about to find her.
So, obviously, I'm going to start looking around for music of any kind. Or see... I'm going to see if I can hear music, and if I can't, I'm going to ask a local to see if there's, like, a town square where entertainers tend to perform, or, things like that.
So you ask around and to like look around and listen around. As you do that part, go ahead and make a perception check. And does anyone else join in and do anything as well in this to help look out?
22, motherfucker.
Nice.
I was looking as well, but yeah.
Cool.
I would have remembered that, like, they said that she played on, like, the opposite side of the market as Ephraim's shop, the Molten Prism. So just kind of, like, basing where, like, any intel we would get on her and kind of have that relative to where the shop is where I'd kind of be focusing my attention on.
Sure thing. As you guys are kind of walking through, eyes and ears alert, Rampu kind of busking or looking around, trying to find anyone playing any sort of music, and not quite hearing anything yet. You go up to someone and ask him a question, and he points you in the direction down the pathway. And as you go on down, the ever-present noise of a jaunty tune becomes present to you guys, and you follow, or I'm not going to tell you what you guys do. Do you follow that sound?
I do.
Mm-hmm. As you follow, getting closer and closer, as the sound getting louder and louder now, you notice a crowd circled around a kind of maybe 10-foot, 15-foot statue, all kind of emanating from that statue. You hear this beautiful kind of jaunty lyric kind of sound, or a sound playing from a lyre rather, and female singing this tune, and you guys kind of push through to see circled around is this woman playing this beautiful instrument, this citron, kind of like a 7-stringed wooden instrument, and she's sitting there and singing and dancing and playing it, and everyone is having a jolly time. And you watch as she spins around and slides down on her knees, and this cloud of fog just seems to emanate from around her, poofing into the air as she comes into a crescendo, slamming note after note into that. And as she hits this high note, she even begins to levitate off the ground slightly, and everyone cheers and shouts, and copper and silver and gold pieces being tossed her way as she finishes out the song, and everyone applauds and begins to disperse and go their way, leaving an opening as she collects some of the coins off the ground in front of you.
Can I look around before we move in and just kind of scout the area for any of these like dark hooded fellows if someone is absolutely crazy enough to be wearing their mask, and just kind of get a glance of like who may have been spectating her and kind of observing?
Yeah, I'm definitely looking around with Langston on people that are paying too much attention.
Yeah, I'm basically, you said everybody's dispersing. I'm going to look around to see if anybody's sticking around.
All right, cool. I'll have Langston roll with advantage a perception check, and then Rampu, you can also roll a perception check. Manto, did you have anything?
I
Enchanted?
would have noticed that they were doing that.
Oi, 12.
2 7s, dude. 14.
Love it. All right. Yeah, as you guys are looking around, as mentioned, everyone begins to disperse. Rampu, you kind of watch everyone. You see this kind of maybe 7-8-year-old child comes running on up to her as she's collecting the coin, says, Miss, that was amazing. That was beautiful. When I grow up, well, my mom said that musicians don't make any money, so I don't want to be just like you, but I would like to play music and be rich. Can you teach me how? She kind of looks at her and brushes her off as she's collecting the coins. It gets you by. And she kind of picks them up and puts them in her pocket. She flips a copper piece to the little girl. You run along now. And she looks at it. Oh! She runs down the street. And Rampu, as you watch that scene, you don't notice anyone else sticking around in this moment. And Langston and Crick, as you guys kind of look around too, at the people on the same level, and even people higher up on you on the levels up above and the catwalks that cross overhead, you don't seem to notice any prying eyes or white mask, any black cloaks that deeply connect with the ones that you guys saw at the warehouse.
Okay.
Oh, since I don't see anything, I'm just like, well, guys, it's now or never. And I Start to walk up to her.
Oh, hello, sir. Do you have a request?
Oh no, no, I'm just admiring the wonderful music you have, and I'm gonna see if she has the harp with her. Pretty big instrument, so.
Absolutely. Yeah, as you look, she's playing, as I mentioned, you see this beautiful 7-stringed instrument. It's not exactly maybe a harp, but it looks like a beautiful kind of stringed instrument of sorts.
Got it. I say, you're quite good with that wonderful instrument. In fact, some might say you're magical.
Some would say that. She gives you a bit of a wink.
But I gotta ask you something. Have you noticed a little attention around your playing recently? Other than me, that is.
You notice crawling up her arm, this little, she looks over at it as she kind of comes up and does meow, meow. She's, oh, sorry, that's Cleveland. It's my miniature giant space hamster. And you see this kind of a normal size hamster on her shoulder. And as she
miniature giant, that's amazing. Wow, must be worth millions.
not millions, but he's a great friend and he's priceless. But she kind of looks at you and he's like, I mean, all sorts of people come around and they watch my performances, and I go all around the market day after day, and well respected around here. Isn't that right, Cleveland?
Wow. Well, let me ask you something. If I could offer to potentially buy you a better instrument than what you're using in exchange for yours, how would you feel about that?
She looks at you. I mean, I have quite a collection of instruments. I go through them. If you would like to buy me an instrument, I'm please, you'd be more than happy to. But I have quite a connection with this one.
Yeah, but I really like that one. In particular.
Sorry, it's not for sale.
I told you.
I'm sorry. Can you speak up?
A threat. No, it would be your best benefit to give it to us. I'm not threatening you. I know it sounds that way.
She kind of looks around. Is anyone else with Rampu right now? Because she kind of begins to back up a little bit away from him.
I think we're all there, and I'll just kind of be like, has anyone else tried to come up to you and inquire about your instruments? Any gentlemen in like hoods or anything? Somebody take a natural interest in you playing?
Really, sorry, you got me a little spooked out, because, yeah, you're not the first one that's asked me about this. I had some strange folk lurking in the dark last week asking me about my lute and my harps as well.
So
that's what I'm talking about.
Yes, I'll like just it's like that, and that's what we're here to warn you about. It's an unsavory group that is a little keen on some of the more enchanted objects, and do not respond well to people refusing their offer.
Yeah,
that's right. And they want that. And they've looked for others who they've taken for their artifacts, and it seems they'll stop at nothing to do so. So, if you don't mind, we could take it off your hands. Have something buy a new one.
You guys come here real quick. Sorry. Actually, let's take a step off the streets here. Maybe somewhere a little more quiet.
I analyze her. Does it look like she means it, or is she like trying to set us up?
Make an insight check.
A 9. Actually, I'm gonna lucky that. Fuck it.
Okay, sure.
15. That's better.
She seems nervous, on edge, and like she doesn't want to speak about her magical instrument in a public place.
That's valid.
Okay, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
So sure, we'll come with you. How about go get a drink somewhere?
You're talking my language. All right.
Also, unrelated, do you know Freebird?
Freebird.
Yes.
You know, you open the little cage door, it comes flying out.
Oh. I mean, yeah. I mean, we played Liberated Aarakocra before, but
Perfect.
Best
done.
solo in the history of the universe. Let me tell you.
I heard that's at least 5 minutes of pure solo.
sometimes we can stretch even longer. Depends on how the fingers are feeling. Isn't that right, Cleveland?
His eyes go wide. It's just like... I do have a recommendation when we get this sorted, and then we can take off. Or a request, not a recommendation, excuse me.
Follow me. She stands about the same height, I guess, as Crick and Manto. I was gonna say she's shorter than all you, but you guys are a short group. You got short kings in here. As she leads you guys through, and
I know that's right.
you guys end up inside of a dark and dingy kind of tavern within the market proper. It won't set you up in a scene for that or anything, and pulls into a corner table, a booth, and orders a couple drinks for everyone, and says, "All right, look, people know that a lot of my skill comes from my magical instruments, and not just me. I don't know if I'll make as much money."
I understand, but if you're dead, because some cultists kill you, you're not gonna make any money. So,
Hold on, you're saying they want to kill me?
I don't think they had good intentions with the others they took.
Have you tried just getting
Cultist.
better?
Evil cultists don't tend to let people go as witnesses. Manto had a good question. You just practice. You're real good.
You practice, that can get me somewhere, but I'm sure you saw the theatrics of the show. That's 75% of it.
That's true.
That's fair.
And
Okay.
she looks around at you guys. I don't mean to, prod or anything, but are any of you musicians yourselves? Because even if you were to buy this from me, I don't even know if you'd be able to fully utilize it or appreciate it.
Musician, please. You got a war gong here anywhere? I'll show you how to fucking rock.
Sure, I mean, banging on something back and forth, it's a little bit different than using your fingers as nimbly and to create a beautiful caress.
Sure, you can ask your mother. I'm sorry, you made that too easy. Kind of like your mom did. I'm sorry, now I made that too easy. It's just you got me in the loop here.
So I'll get this
Okay, I get
around
you.
for you all. But was there? I appreciate the warning. I'm sorry, I'm not going to sell my instrument to you all, though.
Well, in that case, can you move your playing closer to Gorak there? The police detective station area where he works. So you're gonna need all the protection you can get there, Adam.
I kind of wander about. I don't have to set up in one singular place, but I'll hang out near Gorak. You guys are
And you
weird.
take any kind of precautions to take care of yourself from evil cultists. I don't think you're understanding the severity of the situation, Adam.
I'm sorry, I don't like being threatened or yelled at by some strangers.
Well,
I think at the end of the day, just make sure you're very careful, because some people, totally not us, may be trying to kidnap you and steal your stuff.
and
That-
potentially murder you. Yeah, not us.
Okay. I'll make sure stay alert. Cleveland will
And if
keep his eyes
if
open
you
as well.
notice anybody, not us, that's a little creepy, make sure to let Gorak know, or, you know, if there's anyone in the crowd right now, you know, feel free to let us know as well.
I will, and well, I appreciate the warning. Sorry, I'm not gonna sell you my instrument, but I appreciate the warning. And if you guys have any requests other than Liberated Aarakocra, you can come by the market later, and I'll play you a nice tune, of course, for a tip.
Actually, I got one. Can you play "Raining Elf Blood"? It's my favorite song.
Okay.
No, Emancipated Griffin.
That's right.
Emancipated Griffin. Incredible. She's like, she starts to hum a tune, and she, you say that, man. So yeah, I do know that one too. Well, anyways, if you guys stop by the market again, of course I'll be happy to play you guys your request. But I really do appreciate this warning. But I'm fine. You don't have to worry about me. Tell him, Cleveland.
Cleveland,
Yeah.
do you have any ability to protect Lyra?
Or any other relatives you can stay with once Lyra gets kidnapped / murdered.
You see Cleveland kind of
Wait,
pop
why-
up on her shoulders on like, bipedal on back two legs and starts putting up his fist. Shadow
Okay,
boxing.
good. Good. She's in
You're
good hands.
You're
All
alright,
right.
little guy.
Can we have a shred of optimism for once, please?
Guys, I think she'll be fine.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna be really coming back here too much
Yeah.
anymore. Just because I think Vashir is in deep shit. But anyway,
However,
thank you
seems
for your
like
time,
Collecting
Lyra.
these artifacts is the end goal for something to happen. So I just don't assume that they're going to give up on their plans. I think they'll try and try again.
Look,
In my opinion.
I will let you know, I'm not the only one with, magical goods in this city. So there's a lot of people with all sorts of magical, powerful goods. I mean, they fall into
Yes,
all
yes.
sorts of hands here.
They're
So
not on the list. Damn it.
what I'm trying to say is, I think, as your friend here mentioned, I don't think I have to worry about it anymore. They're probably on their way and on to the next best thing. They missed this hot piece, and, well, that's it.
I think you're well aware of how mentally healthy that is.
Thank you.
Well,
Good.
we tried, you guys.
That should
First-
be alright.
Let's enjoy our drink. And I said cheers to her. I said good luck. And I really mean it. I take a
And
big old gulp.
thank you for the warning. I truly do mean that. It's just, I'm sorry, you kind of crossed the line when we were talking about taking my instruments. This is the way I live. And she kind of drinks. Like, kind of hit me real quick. I didn't mean to get anyone's wrong side. I apologize, and I thank you for the warning. Just me and my instruments, quite tight. Just kind of,
Oh yeah.
and that's all I'll say about that.
Thing.
You see her start to
Probably
wobble a
made it
little
a little
bit.
weird. But understood. I look back at the crew. Let's see. Stormbreakers!
Oh, it cut out.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you.
Time for the next guy
We're-
now?
We're here.
Oh, God.
I guess that next stop. Yeah.
As you guys,
Let's head over to Efferen's.
drink that
That's
drink down and put them down on the bar top before you head on out. Need everyone make a con saving throw, DC 11.
Ooh.
Shit biscuits.
Hold up.
Ooh, crick.
Hey!
What'd you say?
That's where the good rolls are hiding.
Con
to make
saving
sure I'm not
throw,
buzzed.
DC 11.
Take a little buzz.
As you guys all finish your drinks, pounding them on down, everyone takes it strongly, but Manto, a little bit of a kickback. And you guys notice that he
Maybe
starts
level
to
one.
look a little wobbly. And
Oh,
the gift of gab comes to Manto.
Yay.
As you are one level of drunkenness with advantage on charisma checks. And you guys hop on up and head back into the market, and you're looking for Ephraim.
Yeah, we'll go check out his store, I guess. See if we can find him there.
Absolutely. As you guys head back out into the streets, wandering around, doesn't take too long for you guys to, because you're looking at all the storefronts, and you notice a sign out front, kind of tucked away in one of the quieter parts of the mall market, that says out front, the Molten Prism. The entrance is kind of framed with this like curling iron brackets that holds up panes of these different colored glass, like stained glass kind of thing.
Feeling good and confident, I just kind of waltz right in like, hello, Ephraim. And I look around.
Bell
I'm, like,
rings.
looking-
And you're...
Can I?
Oh, hello. We have a guest here. And behind the counter, you see this massive bovine-looking humanoid, a furbog, standing there with a kind of like pushed-in kind of nose and standing maybe 8 feet tall with a very Amish-like beard across his face.
You must be Ephraim.
That's the name my mother gave me.
Look, I know you got a kind of look around. A scrying mirror in here, huh? Kind of give him like a little double elbow, huh? I know you got something back there.
Looks around. You appreciate artistry and craftsmanship, I see.
I know an artist and craftsman when I see one, huh?
Well, glass is like people. Fragile,
Delicate? Yeah.
shaped by fire, and once broken, never the same again.
Wow, that was actually deep. Now I become really emotional. Oh, God. Alright, but that's not why I'm here. Did you have some, hooded cultist people try to obtain said scrying mirror from you?
Oh, I've had all sorts of people come in my shop, but you mentioned they're hooded. I don't know about cultists or what have you, but I did have some, to put it lightly, strange men come in here looking for a scrying mirror.
Was it one in particular?
There was 2 men, I believe.
No, I'm talking about the mirror. Was it a specific mirror or any scrying mirror?
Yes. It was this one over here. And he kind of gestures over, and you see, like, inside of this glass case, displayed, like, maybe like a tall kind of like museum-style case. In the center of it, on a pedestal, you see this beautiful mirror with this ornate frame around it. They were
that must be the
eyeing
one.
this one up.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut to the chase. They're bad people. They kidnapped a couple people specifically for their nice belongings, and they were targeting you and your specific scrying mirror. Look, we're here to kind of protect you guys and the citizens of Graudia, and I think it's in your best interest to give that over. And Gorak would approve of this notion as well.
Whoa, hold on. I don't just give up my goods here. If Gorak
What, you
would
want collateral?
understand that a payment would be needed, but even still, if I were to give it to someone else, what's to say that these men wouldn't come find it with them?
No, they would take it physically. I don't think they'd be paying for it.
But what I mean is, just because it's in someone else's possession, does not mean that they will not find it and do what they need, if that is what you're saying.
Right, but what I'm saying is there's 5 of us right here, along with another armada on our ship, compared to just you. I think it's in safer hands with us, who are, also capable of fighting pretty well. Kind of picking up what I'm putting down.
I do, but what reasoning do you have to believe I'm still in this trouble that you believe I'm in?
We know a lot about them, and basically they need this to kind of cross one thing off of their list.
Oh? So, again, I don't mean to be argumentative, I apologize. If it's in someone else's possession, I know you're 5 of you, but we are a whole city here as well. What's to say that they don't use force to take it from you?
No, I'm saying they would try to take it from us with force, but I'm saying we're more capable of defending it in our hands than yours.
Okay. Again, this is something I can't just give up, though. You can certainly purchase it if you'd like. It's a beautiful mirror, as you can see.
How much?
Oh, you are interested.
Not really. I might propose something.
Okay. Well, he kind of gestures over to it. A mirror such as this fetches at least 1,000 gold pieces.
What does it do?
Are you familiar with the arcane nature and abilities of scrying? Being able to see and hear a creature in different planes, or your own plane, even.
Interesting.
Of course,
How about this?
the more familiar you are with whoever you're trying to target, the easier it will be, but if you really don't know much of them, it's going to be pretty hard. Not impossible, but pretty hard. Don't say it, Dragon Man.
You know it too well,
By chance, let's say I buy this and I got what I wanted or needed out of it. Do you buy belongings back?
I could be intrigued if you were to want to bring it back and offer it. Of course, I would not pay full price for it.
How about this? Because again, I listed X, Y, and Z reasons of, protecting you and this mirror, along with the mirror potentially benefiting us. Would you do 900 gold?
See, he takes his fat knuckles and begins to rub them on his chin.
I'm gonna tap him on Manto on the shoulder. Why exactly are we buying this?
And I'm gonna tap him on the other shoulder. Do you have 900 gold?
Because we could maybe hear what's going on in the abyssal plane.
I kind of take a thought for a second. Does any of us know how to scry?
Well,
No.
I think
he chimes in.
I would-
That's kind of where the mirror comes into play.
Okay,
What?
got
Look,
it.
and
The
I imagine
mirror
we'll be
is
back in
enchanted with
Gradia.
the scrying spell.
And I imagine we'll be back in
Oh.
Gradia, so if it, one, doesn't work, and two, we get what we need out of it, I'd like to sell it back to Ephraim. Obviously, I won't get full price from it, but, you know, I think it's worth a shot. Plus, then it's in our possession.
No,
I mean,
I
it
get
saves
you.
me a spell slot.
yeah, I think that could help, especially since we have these books now. We could use those to help us with the scrying spell. Okay, I understand now.
What do you say, Ephraim?
To be honest with you, it's already marked down from what I originally had it at 1250.
Okay.
Do you have anything that you can
Come on,
leverage?
Efron. You're breaking a pause here. You're breaking a pause, Efron.
Let me see if I have anything.
I understand. It's just a man needs to make a living.
Listen, giving you a deal here and saving your life. I think you can knock down 300 gold coins just because of that. Come on.
Let me ask you this. What about, and I kind of pull out,
Think about it this way: the cultists came back looking for this, and they chose to take it the hard way. It would probably destroy your entire store. Meanwhile, you could save yourself a lot of trouble. Give us the mirror at the price that we can afford. Come from a foreign planet. Don't have a ton of gold. Take the deal. It's a good one.
Kind of looks
Look.
around as you say that. Kind of like a bovine in a glass shop, huh?
Yes,
Oddly fitting.
exactly.
He looks over at Manto. I heard you in my head a second ago.
You're good. I have this coin of lady luck. What? How much could you knock off if I give that to you?
Kind of looks at the coin. You know, this could work for just the project I'm working on right now.
Highly desirable, then. You just increase the price. Thank you.
Do 950 with this in trade.
Good enough. Whatever.
We have a deal.
Yeah, we got a deal.
He kind of belly laughs. "Ooh, splendid!" As he reaches on over and grabs the coin, holds it up in his fat hand. It just looks like this tiny thing in his hands. He snatches it and grabs a set of keys from behind the counter and goes and unlatches the glass case that the mirror is in. Be very careful with this now. Don't want to be peering into planes beyond powers that you can manage.
I probably will, though.
All sales are final. I'm kidding. I know you're gonna bring it back.
Thank you very much.
You are welcome. Very, very vici.
Igualmente.
Sure.
Means buyer
What
beware in
language are you guys
Spanish.
saying? Oh,
Sure.
I heard that
What do you
from one of
say?
the travelers before. Thank you for your purchase and the well warnings. If these men come around, I'll make sure to close up shop. Tell Gorak.
Yeah. Yep. Very good. Very good. I was gonna quiz you on that, but it seems like you've already passed.
He points to his massive ears. I was listening.
Well, you don't really have to listen to me.
And then he starts to pull out like strings of hair from it. Oh, not very good in this one.
Oh, holy hell.
Is there anything else I could help you with?
It's a glass
That's
working
good.
shop, right?
Yeah,
Lack of gold in my
It's a
wallet.
glass shop, yeah. Crystal balls, mirrors, all sorts of things like that. You guys actually notice like one is he's got another kind of this like museum style cases off to the side, and there seems to be like one piece of equipment in there that kind of catches your guys' eye too. It's like this, almost kind of like a staff with all these kind of different colored gemstones on them. Different kind of like glass like gems on it.
What is that?
Is this the staff isn't made of glass?
The staff itself seems to be like made of like maybe gold or some sort of material like that.
I'll follow Rampu's motion on this one and be like, what is this now?
Oh, this thing over here.
Yes, sir.
You don't need to worry about that. Oh,
Is that a don't need to worry because it's not for sale, or don't need to worry because you sized me up and you don't think I could afford it?
yes.
Okay, little rude on both accounts. Fair, but rude.
Kind of looks at you. I don't mean to, suggest or assume anything, but pushing me for 1,000 gold pieces on this over here will run you at least 1,500 to 2,500 if I really wanted to get my gold's worth, but because you were nice to me.
Well, can you tell me a little bit about your wares? I mean, it's a nice display case, and absolutely beautiful and ornate, work on this. Your name precedes you, but can you give me a little bit of backstory?
I could.
Okay, you know what? That's on me.
Are you going
phrasing
to?
The question's point. Will you kindly give me some information on this?
Certainly. So this staff here is fitted with all sorts of arcane powers and spells and thingamabobs and what have you. To be honest with you, I don't know what the hell it does.
Serious? Wait, but you made it?
Well, sometimes you begin something, you have a plan, and then you just keep creating, putting things on it, creating a bit more, putting some more things on it, having a friend who knows enchantments put something else on it, and then you say, I don't even know what it is anymore.
This looks like a nice staff.
So it's the staff with no name.
Current.
And random use.
But by God,
Guys.
is it enchanted?
This could either be a great thing for us to take, or we should back the hell away from it.
Langston just like
I'm
is
gonna go
leaned
with
really.
that position.
Langston just leans in really close and is just like taking it in and then just. No. I've been burned too many times. Just leans back and it's. I appreciate the rundown, but I think you're right. I would want you to get full price for something like this, and I probably couldn't do that.
That's absolutely fair. As they say, AboveVTT.
Especially for this one. Especially for this.
Exactly.
So he really has no idea what it does. He's not just being coy.
He seems like he has no idea what the fuck this thing does.
That seems wild. No.
But like you're like looking at it, and it literally is like a gold rod with all sorts of like colorful different like arms, like other gold arms, but on the top of like colorful orbs and different like kind of glass pieces affixed to it. And it looks like something that would be, I mean, it's definitely a fine crafted piece.
Can't deny the craftsmanship, can deny the functionality. All right, got it. Well, you will probably be seeing us again, Ephraim.
Always a pleasure doing business with new friends. Thank you again for the warning. Thank you again for the purchase. And thank you for the shiny coin.
Very, very Vici, Ephraim.
Very, very vici to you, my friend.
Yeah, very, very
Arrivederci.
bitches to all of you.
I'm sorry?
So very, very bitches to you too. See you soon.
I'll add that one to my repertoire.
I don't know what you're talking about. But by the way, if you do see those cloak guys and we're not around, go tell Gorak about it.
Gorak.
Tell him we sent you. Especially number one over here. And I put to my sticker. Don't know what we're talking about.
I smell like poo.
What the? Well, I guess I do. Because I am Rampu. He's so nice.
Play on words. Funny.
This guy gets it. Anyways, we'll be on our way now.
Arrivederci.
Just go. Just go. Just go. Just go. Just go. I'm like, we're good. Not engaging that one.
Guys, back out of the
I was
shop.
literally about to say something as he like pulls us all out.
No.
As you guys make your way back out into the streets, officially warning 2 of the people on this list now, gathering some goods and intel in the city. Anything that you guys need to do in Garadia now, or else do you want to continue travel?
Before we do, when I walk out, may I also do another investigation of the surrounding area to be like, because it said this was one of the places that was actively being watched. I apologize, I had to take off my headphones
No worries.
for a minute. I got a work call.
Ah!
Yeah, pretty much. Did anybody like check the surroundings of the shop before we went in, or did we just kind of go in and support Manzo?
I do not believe anyone staked out the shop prior.
Okay, then can I just do a quick peek to be like, has anyone seen us go in? Is there somebody actively watching the shop? Anybody of like, I know it's hustle and bustle, but anybody who's just like looking way too closely at the shop at this moment in time for who's coming, who's going?
Make a perception
Keep
check.
an eyes on boy Ephraim.
16.
16.
Yeah, as you know.
Yeah,
mentioned-
I'm also going to take a look to see if we're being observed as we walk out the store.
Okay.
take a
You can either roll as well, or Langston can roll with advantage.
I'll roll.
Okay.
Actually, no, you go with advantage. Go with advantage.
Second roll.
Hey!
There we go.
Thanks, buddy.
So good. Rampu and Langston both kind of looking around and making sure no unwanted eyes are gathering around. And as mentioned, it's kind of on a quieter corner of the marketplace. Not as much hustle and bustle going on over here. You would 100% notice if someone was at least out in the general opened area watching you guys, and even still looking through some of the alleys and back up on the catwalk and everything. Don't seem to notice anyone prying down. And from this, I'd say that you guys can probably safely deduce that you've ran off the cultists and killed the others that were left in Garadia.
Cool.
Right.
All right. Well, with that being the case, Manto, do you still want the Mia?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. Just check and make sure that was of your own volition, and make sure we're all square.
I know what I'm doing tonight.
All right.
All right.
Okay. Yep. All right. Sure do. Okay. Moving on.
Well,
all
shall we
I
get
wanted
to
to do.
traveling then? Let's get to the ship. And I would still like to maybe stop by that asteroid, maybe. Test out the buggy. I do think it's important if we're going to do this race. Maybe make a pit stoppy?
Yeah, I think we should head towards the race and if there's a quick pit stop on the way, that's fine. Or maybe we just take it for a spin on this desert planet. It is a desert.
That's true. Definitely want to make sure we get some practice time in, especially with us in the vehicle, figuring out our roles as to best do them. And of course, we'll be using my sweet bow over here, shoot jerks. But it'd be nice to run a couple of test runs as a team.
Would we know if the asteroid where the race is being held is that near the edge of wild space?
Yeah, you know that Archibon is kind of on the outskirts of wild space. Sorry, and this is the sorry, I'm just gonna send this as well, just because I finally found it. The image of what you guys saw in the case.
That's fucking sick.
In the game log.
Yo, that's wild.
So, gents, Archibon, where the race is being held, is on the edge of wild space. So I think it could be imperative to look out for the shadow exchange that kind of floats along the edge of wild space, along our travels.
2 birds, 1 stone.
Absolutely.
Oh,
shall we get back?
I like it.
We should. I realized
I was thinking the same thing.
On our way to head out, I know we did some shopping. Do any of these things have any I can't think of it. Any way we could communicate long distance, stored in magical objects, anything like that?
Make a investigation check.
Sure. Don't get your hopes up, hon. Oh my god. That's
Nat 20.
All right. Yeah, as you look around, Langston, asking about this, you're looking for something that you can communicate with each other with, is what you're saying?
Essentially, it's something that I would be able to leave with Gorak and then have on our person to kind of have an update channel. That way, I'm not just burning a sending every time.
Yeah.
Like stringing a cop. Everybody loves stringing a cop.
Everyone loves stringing a cop.
Amazing.
Just speak into the cop, listen, and voila.
Langston, as you look around at some of these different booths and tables and what have you, people hawking goods, you notice you're starting to ask around at one of these booths, and one of these tinkerers, a gnomish man, you notice has a sitting inside of a box on a table, just kind of collecting dust almost. You see these 2 carved stones with faces on them, and they both are kind of facing towards each other, almost like they're in conversation. Whoops, that didn't work. Let me send this again. There we go.
Oh, that's dope.
And as the gnomish man sees you look at them, he's like, "Oh, you're interested in some of these sending stones, eh?" And he picks it up, and you hear screeching feedback. He's like, "Whoa, just get them away from each other! Get them away from each other! Jeez!" And
okay. I thought they wanted to be friends. I don't know how these work.
Yeah. Hold this one over there. Go like
okay.
20, 30 feet. No, keep going.
Okay.
Further.
How far do you want me to go? Okay, geez, stop yelling at me.
Keep going.
I'm gonna run into my
Perfect.
closet, I swear to God.
And you see him. He's yelling at you. You can't hear him. Can you hear me? And he yells into it, and you hear the screeching kind of sound just emanate from it. Just sonic feedback, just screeching into your ear. It's pretty impressive, huh?
Yeah. Okay. This is exactly what I'm looking for. I guess I kind of turn it over. What's your price? I mean, I saw they were collecting dust. No one's really taken interest in them in a while. What are you looking to get?
Yeah, these are enchanted, of course, and with a
Naturally.
with the sending spell, which is, it's not a cheap one. If you wanted to go and find a sage or whatever and had them call your mama for you, it's gonna cost you. But for these, well, we had them marked at 6. You look kind. How about 500 for you?
Would you settle for 450?
Looks at you. Well, can we maybe replace this empty space that I'll have on my table here?
Let's see if I have something that could do it. I have like. Does he look like he has all sorts of odds and ends, or is it mostly enchanted things?
Yeah, it's almost like it looks like a second-hand kind of shop.
Okay, so it's all like everything under the sun.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, how about can I like take out my old chain shirt and a mace, and just kind of, be like, hey, would these fill that gap?
Looks at it, kind of shakes the chain. Pretty shittily made, but I can get some pliers out and fix it up. Yeah, what the hell? We can do that for you.
All right.
So, I
Cool.
kind of put the lid on the box and brushes off the top. As a plume of like dust comes off of it. And here you go. And you can add sending stones to your inventory.
Let's go. I'm sorry for adding the shopping. That is something I kind of thought of while we were doing this.
Oh, good.
Alrighty, cool. And then when we're leaving, can I like knock on the door, toss one to Garak, no context, just be like, call us if you have any updates, and then just like slam the door and I just leave him wondering. Oh.
Oops, sorry.
Muted, bro.
Yeah, his Gorak's cybernetic
it.
arm, like just instinctively reaches up and grabs it. Like the guy from what's that? Angels in the Outfield? No, where the pitcher, Funky Butt Lovin'.
Fuck.
Why can't I think what it's called?
I know what you're talking about. First pitch or something.
Is that not Angels in the Outfield? Rookie of the
No,
Year.
Angels
Rookie
of
of
the
the Year.
Outfield. Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, so
Angels of the Outfield. If you build it, they will come.
no, that's Field of Dreams. But anyways, he.
Oh yeah, Angels in the Outfield. Danny Glover.
Yeah.
God, we were just so wrong with all of those conversations.
All
That was
that-
like 6 wrong.
Baseball movies. Well, he
They're all the same.
without thinking about it, his arm just shoots up and grabs this out of the air, and he turns and looks at it, kind of gives you a nod as you don't even see him nod. You're out the door and back out.
This sees a glimpse of a thumbs up and the door just shuts. I'm like, he's got it.
And kind of, all right, puts it in his pocket, and you guys, I believe, are running to the docks now. Cool.
Yep.
You?
As you guys make your way to the docks, Jake comes swooping on back down, following right behind you, and you guys make your way up the platform. Crux and Warwick have already made their way back. You see them just kind of straightening things up on the top deck. They're looking around at your new machine, your vehicle, and they seem intrigued by it. And as you guys get on the ship, they look around and are like, well, what's the plan with this thing?
I don't know how to tell you this, boys. We're racing.
Yeah, I think we head to where the race is, and maybe we can land somewhere in the distance where we can get some practice in.
Yeah.
Right.
Arcabon's not a big planet or anything, but yeah, we can get some laps in prior to the race and get you guys all ready for this. So to Arcabon,
You know it.
Topola,
Stormbreakers are going racing.
Rampu, you want to give the word?
It's up. Time to rock here.
Right away, Rampu. Everyone, hold on to your tits. And she begins to.
Oh, what?
You heard me, motherfucker. The ship begins to take off, and you guys see it's time to go to ludicrous speed. And you guys see this palpable sense of arcane energy permeating and emanating around the ship right now, as it's just buzzing with this arcane energy. And you guys take off to wild space once again, and that is where we'll pick it up the next time we get together.
Sweet.
Love it.
Awesome.
Let's rock.
Awesome.
Good session.
Yeah, good investigation, guys.
I love it.
Cool, cool. Well, we got all that.
Badass.
Yeah, we got all that part done now. It's time to get our race on.
Yeah, I'm so excited for that. That's gonna be so fun.
Hell yes. Well, anything?
There's something else after the race, right? It's the race
Oh, the
and then
hunt.
and the hunt.
The
Yeah.
hunt of the giant beast.
That's also gonna be sick. I'm excited. For
And
that.
then there's so much stuff.
Then we gotta figure out about this mirror.
Guys got to figure out what order you want to do things.
Man in the mirror.
Awesome.
Yep.
Luke, did you, actually, I had to make something for you, so I'll let you know.
I kind of figured. I have it in my notes.
Yep. All right. Anything before we close it out for the night, gentlemen?
Have a
That's
great
it.
night.
Beautiful.
Good shit.
Great night.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Thanks to y'all for playing. Hope you have a great rest of your week. Take a long rest if you need it, and look out for those goblins under the stairs. We'll catch you next time. Peace out. Adios.
Later, gators.